Okay, so hi, my name is Emily, and for my half of this project, I did my analysis on International Quest Engineering, which is a small locally owned business located right in the heart of downtown Prince George. It is a fairly old and rundown building, and they've tried over the years to update some of the big security features, but since it's such a small company, their budget hasn't been overly big. So these first three photos show the front side of the building. The building has an alarm system which is monitored by a security company. They respond when the alarm is sounded, and they also regularly drive by throughout the night to check on the building. And to the location of the building, which I'll check or talk about a little bit more later, it is extremely important that they do this. They also have visible signs on the front door stating that it is monitored by the company. They have very good access control, as access to the building is difficult. The only way you can get in is with keys, which each employee has a set of, or if you are buzzed in. And you can see the buzzer on the right there. You can also kind of see that the windows are barred, but you'll see it better in the next slide. In an area with such a prominent homeless population, many surrounding businesses actually have bars that they put over the front door at night in order to prevent break-ins, as well as prevent squatters from sleeping in the doorway at night, but they actually don't, and the workers expressed that this was a safety concern for them. Unfortunately, there actually are no cameras at the office, neither inside or outside. And as you can see, the building in the front is painted very dark, and at night they do not leave a single light on, either inside or outside, so it honestly looks like an empty building in the dead of night. They did, however, emphasize how important they found image maintenance, as they paint over any graffiti immediately to stop the building, or to keep the building looking clean, as well as ensuring no garbage is left outside. So here you can see that the ground level windows are barred up, which is extremely important. That's the second photo. On the right is a picture from inside the office, and then on the left it's a picture from outside the office. I did find it silly though, because their huge glass front door windows aren't barred up too, but I think they did this just because the alarm would sound if those windows were broken into, but it wouldn't sound if these windows were broken into. But nevertheless, it would still be really important and a simple way to enhance their security features. So this third slide here is the backside of the building, which had extremely good lighting. The backside of the building actually neighbors with housing for the homeless, so the alleyway is a very sketchy area of the building. A fence would be ideal to separate the two, but they explained that that would be city jurisdiction, as they would just rent the building. Unlike the front, the backside displayed no signs of the building being monitored by a security company. You can also only get access to this door, though, with a key, as it's locked from the outside 24/7, just like the front door. There were issues with the back door, though, as it actually doesn't latch close properly, so they were telling me that it has accidentally been left open on numerous occasions, especially in the winter when everything is frozen. And the worst part about all of that is the alarm will actually set if the latch isn't fully closed, and the door will remain open all night. There's also potential for rooftop access here. They have tried to limit that by locking the ladder up in a safe, as you can see on the right there. But it really isn't that far off the ground, so it could be broken or climbed onto. And the building is also connected to other businesses, as we'll see in the next slide, so there is a potential for access to the rooftop by there. And there's also no cameras back here. So now I just wanted to quickly discuss the area of town in which the building is located. So this photo is the building that they are connected to on the left there, and as you can see, it could be possible for a perpetrator to hide behind those boxes at night or use these buildings to gain rooftop access to my business. This building is located right in the heart of downtown Prince George, which I already talked about, which, as we all know, has an extremely high crime rate, including many break-ins. There are numerous crime facilitators as well as generators in the area. There's dispensaries, liquor stores, pubs, nightclubs, police stations, social worker offices, food banks, women's shelters, housing for the homeless, as well as housing for those out on parole, and so on. There's also an abundance of homeless that I've spoke on in downtown. As you can see on the right there, this is the front of their neighboring building, can get extremely dirty. But fortunately, the city does go out at 7 a.m. every day to clean up and maintain a safer image. During the day, there's also quite a bit of natural surveillance, as downtown is buzzing with office buildings, hotels, nice restaurants, and shops. So now, just to finish this up with a thing on the inside of the building, they have someone at the front desk every day from 8 to 5, which is when most of the employees are working. And as you can see in that middle photo, you can see who's at the front door from the front desk, but you do have to stand up to get a proper view, which isn't overly ideal. And then for the back door on the right, you can see that the garbage can's black half the exit, which is a safety problem in itself. But I thought the thing in the left corner of that photo, upper left corner, sorry, that was a camera, but sadly it was just an alarm. They have a security pad right next to the door, and they also have tape over the light switch to ensure that the lights out back were never switched off. This was the faulty door I spoke about earlier, so they did put a sign on the door saying that employees need to close it. And if it were to be left unlocked, you can't really see in this photo, but there is a lot of surveying equipment back there which could get stolen. And also no one in the office can really see from the back door from their desk, so it would likely go unnoticed. So yeah, just overall my business had really great image maintenance and access control, but issues arose concerning the area of town it's in, but it also lacks territorial enforcement, it has inadequate lighting, and there's a lack of natural surveillance at night. Their security system could just use a bit more work, and the city could use some community courts in the area, but I think they've just struggled with enforcing such rules, as crime here is a much bigger issue. So although they've adapted to some of the issues that they're faced with, I think the building has, or could potentially really benefit from improving their security features, as I discussed. Yeah. And then, sorry, here's our references.